Oh, and I totally forgot. Let me clear these things out here. I always forget to do this. I'm going to blend these. I'm going to dump them all together and see what they're like. Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Fasciano, and today, this is my first Friday flight fight. This is the 1st of August, and my flight fight this month is going to be with Barrell Bourbon. And before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that Barrell Craft Spirits reached out to me after I shot my Barrell Seagrass video, and they wanted to know if I wanted to sample their rye batch 004. I said yes, so they sent it on my way, and I knew that I was going to do this Friday flight fight before they contacted me. So what I'm going to end up doing is, just for a goof, I'm going to put the rye batch 004 into this flight today and kind of see where it lands. So Mac and Shelby, thank you very much for sending the sample. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. If you guys are new here and you're not familiar with my first Friday flight fights, basically what I'm doing is taking a flight of whiskeys from the same distillery or the same company, putting them together, nose them, taste them, and then rank them in the order in which that I like the most. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the flight and let's see what we're doing. Glass number 1 is going to have batch number 31. This is aged at least 6 years. It's 111.2 proof. It looks like we have Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana bourbons in here, and we have a range of ages, 6, 7, 10, 15, and 16-year-olds. And I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is coming in at the time that I bought it at $69.99. Bottle number 2. Barrell Bourbon batch number 32. This is aged 5 years. It's coming in 115.34 proof, $86.99, and it looks like we have a age of 5, 6, 7, and 10-year-old whiskeys in here. And every one of them is coming from Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana. Bottle number 3, Barrell batch number 33. This is aged 5 years. I think this is the highest proof, coming in at 116.6 proof, $86.99. And the ages in here are 5, 6, 7, and 9. Bottle number 4, Barrell Bourbon batch 34. This is aged 6 years. It's 114.62 proof. And we've got ages of 6, 8, 10, and 15-year-old whiskeys in here. And it's the same price, $86.99. Now, the last one, this is the rye batch, batch 004. Little tiny little sample here. Coming in at 115.7 proof. The minimum age here is 5.5 years, and it's distilled in Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. There is 5, 6, 10, and 14-year-old whiskey in here. 5-year-old barrels from Tennessee, 6-year-old from Kentucky, 14-year-old from Canada, and 10-year-old from Indiana. So this is going to be the rye. Their website shows the mash bill for the rye, and it's 89% rye, 7% corn, 4% malted barley. And I'm going to leave a link in the description to the Barrell website. If you want to get on there and take a look at all of the information from their blended whiskeys, go ahead. They have a ton of information. All right, let's go ahead and get these things poured. I'll mix them around. We'll nose them, we'll taste them, and then we're going to rank them. All right, so I got them poured. They're on the board. Let me go ahead and start mixing these things up. My palate is not good enough to guess the bottles. So basically what I'm going to do is just put them in the order in which I like them. I think the rye is going to stand out. I think my palate is good enough at least to figure out which one's the rye, but I'm not going to try to guess batch 31, 32, 33, or 34. I'm just going to let you know what I smell, what I taste, and what I like and what I don't like. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that I have done some sip it and skip it's on batch number 31 and batch number 33. So having batch number 32 and 34 in here is going to be a little bit new. So we'll see how these things stack up. All right, I think they are sufficiently mixed. Let's get these things back up on the board. I'm going to put down in the front along here what's what, so I don't have to flash the bottles up, so you guys have an idea of what I'm nosing and what I'm tasting. Let's get the lids off, give them a nose, and then we'll move on to the fun stuff, the drinking. Lids are off. Let's go ahead and get on to the nosing. Even before I get these things up to my nose, I can already smell sweet and spice, but let's verify that. Oh my gosh, this first one is amazing. This smells like a chocolate candy bar. It's sweet. I got dark cherry, leather, oak. That smells phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I hope that one tastes the way that it smells. This is the rye. There's no doubt about it. This is absolutely the rye. It's pine. It's a little mentholy. It has good, clean, crisp fruits, kind of like a really good, clean, crisp, sweet apple. A little bit of apricot, a touch of mint, a touch of dill, and then on the back end, that spice comes through. That one is definitely the rye. I would be very, very surprised if it was not. All right, this third one, not as sweet as the first one. I'm getting a little bit reminiscent of dark brown sugar. The oak and leather is in here, and it seems to be a little bit more spice forward than the first one. A little hint of cherry. Smells really good, but by far, this one is the better smelling of the two. Let's go to the next one. Oh, there's almost nothing to this one. All right, sweet fruit, a little bit of spice, not much ethanol. Yeah, this one is very, very subdued. I want to say that there's cherry vanilla, but that's very, very weak. It does smell sweet, but it doesn't have an overpowering sweetness. And I would say the same thing with the spice. I get spice, but there's not much to it. That one on the nose is definitely not the best one of anything that I've smelled so far. Let's get on to the last one. Ooh, this one has a contender. Yeah, definitely darker than the others. These two come across as pretty light. This is pretty dark. And this is pretty dark as well. And when I say dark, it's the leather, the oak, the chocolate. This one smells really good. It's got a dark cherry note as well. Not as strong as that one, but this one ranks up there with it. And now the more that I'm getting into the nose, some of the spice is coming through. It's kind of up there with the sweetness, but it still has a pretty good dark note to it. All right, let's get to tasting. And I just realized I don't have any water. Let me go grab some water. I'll be right back. All right, got my water ready to go. I'm just gonna go from my left to my right, do a little rinse, and then go from right to left. By that time, I should have a good idea of what I like and in which order, and then we'll get on with it. Oh, I am hoping this one tastes as good as it smells. Oh man, that is phenomenal. Absolutely. That is absolutely nose to palate. It is spot on. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. That is really good. That is really good. This is a candy bar in a glass. Those dark fruits, the chocolate, the tobacco, the leather, the oak, the spice. That is phenomenal. All right, moving on to glass number 2. That's right, I forgot this is the rye. It has to be the rye. Wow, that's good. That's nice and crisp, making my mouth water. It's very herbal, crispy fruit notes, pine, dill. I think everything that you're gonna want in a rye, that delivers. That's really good. The ABV is growing, and even though this is my second sip, I do usually get tannin on the side. It is building a little bit of bitterness in the back. That herbal note is definitely coming through. A little bit drying, but as far as a rye goes, that's pretty good. It actually reminds me of High West, like the High West double rye. That sticks in my head right now. And before I go on, let me go ahead and read the back of the label for the rye, just to give you an idea of what they're saying about it. And when I say they, Barrell Craft Spirits. So with my terrible eyesight, 10-year-old Indiana rye barrels with notes of brown sugar and a touch of smoke. A touch of smoke? No way. I do not. No, I don't get smoke in here. No, I don't get smoke. But that's just me. Some people could pick up on it. I don't pick up on smoke. I do get the brown sugar, that's for sure. 5- and 6-year-old barrels layered in for fruit and spice character. Yeah, it's definitely spicy. 14-year-old Canadian barrels were added in for dry herbal notes. Dry herbal notes. I think I got herbal in here. Oh yeah, definitely. There's herbal notes in this. And I think that's coming across as the pine and the dill. Oh man, that just makes my mouth water. So the result's going to be a fruit-forward rye with layers of depth. Yeah, I can see all that. The only thing that I don't get smoke. And this has to be the rye. It's completely different than anything else, but it's pretty good. And apparently it's hitting the shelves in August, and this is August. Moving on to glass number 3. It's got a powdered sugar donut note from this one. Dark leather oak, finishes rather long, barrel tannin on the side. There's a good amount of sweet vanilla, and there's rising spice. That one's pretty good also. Going on to number 4. Boy, number 4 just fades into the background. It's good. It's sweet, followed by spice. Very, very small amounts of like a cherry note. If I were to pin down the sweetness, it would be a cherry. Very, very light amount of cherry. Spice is rising a little bit, and get some vanilla and oak. I think this one actually seems to be a little bit more oaky than the rest. Just to keep it straight in my head, this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So let's move on to the last one before I work my way back. Ooh, that one is spicy. Whoa, man, that is spicy. That one almost made my eyes water. That has a tremendous amount of spice. Cooking spice, like a spicy spice. Almost, well, I can't say that it's black pepper, but that is very spice forward. And along with the spice, that is also very ethanol forward. And I think the ethanol being so in your face along with that spice, I think you're getting hit, or I'm getting hit with two kinds of things that will light my mouth up. All right, now I'm getting a little bit of soft cherry notes on that aftertaste. This is definitely oak. It's spice with a very, very tiny amount of sweetness, and I would say cherry sweetness. Maybe a little bit of vanilla. All right, I think this one is bringing up the rear. This one is not my favorite compared to the rest of these. They're all really good, don't get me wrong. They're all very good, but I have to choose the last place, and right now this is coming in last. All right, I'm gonna let this linger a little bit. I'm gonna take a couple of sips of water. I'm gonna calm down my palate, and then I'm gonna work back the other way. And hopefully I'll have something locked down as far as what the order is gonna be. I'm so happy I'm doing this. I really do like Barrell Bourbon quite a bit. They are a little bit pricey, but I like what they're doing. I definitely like how they're blending their whiskeys or their rye. All right, I'm back. My palate's calmed down a little bit. Now let's go ahead and work from my right to my left and get these things in order. Yep, nothing's really changed on this one. Definitely spice forward. All right, so that's in my last place right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Cherry vanilla, oak. Very subdued, kind of fades into nothing. Let's see if it changes with this one. That's right, this one is a dark one. This one's dark brown sugar. Really thick, dark vanilla, good amount of dark cherry, some chocolate, there's some sweetness, and that's crazy. All of these come out, or not all of them, but some of them come out really strong on the sweet side, and as soon as you swallow it, that finish, the spice just swells up. All right, let's go ahead and move on to what I think is the rye, and I'm just gonna quit this channel if it's not the rye. There is no way that is not the rye. But oh man, that is good. That is good as far as ryes go. Not a big fan of rye, but that one's good. I like the clean crispness of this. And I'm pretty sure from the nose and the tasting of the first time through, let's see if this thing holds up. Oh my God. I barely even smelled this. Honestly, this is dessert in a glass. They took like a Snickers bar, or not a Snickers bar, because Snickers has peanuts in it. This is almost like this is like Milky Way, just jammed in this glass. Brown sugar. I didn't say caramel before, but brown sugar, chocolate, dark cherry. This is so incredibly sweet on the nose. Almost no spice. Well, a little bit of spice, and it's dark. Yeah, absolutely. Hands down, this is number one. Man, I don't ever remember any of these shocking me as much as this one does. That is really good. Really, really good. So if I have this correct, this is going to be my 5th place, my 4th place, my 3rd place, my 2nd place, and my 1st place. So let's go ahead and figure out what's what. In my last place, 5th place, is going to be barrel batch number 33. So barrel batch number 33 is coming in last place. This is my, slide this over there. So this is 5th place. In fourth place, we have barrel batch number 31. So barrel batch number 31 is my fourth place. Third place is going to be, okay, I don't have to quit my channel. Third place is going to be the rye. So my palate is at least good enough that I can pick out a rye. So rye is going to be next. My second place is going to be batch number 34. Batch number 34 is in second place, which means batch number 32. Batch number 32 is going to be in my first place. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I enjoyed that. That was really, really good. I do enjoy barrel bourbons, and as it turns out, I'm also liking the barrel rye. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys are familiar with barrel bourbon or the barrel ryes. Let me know in the comments down below which one or which batch you like the most. If you've had their rye or their seagrass, let me know what you guys think of those. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you like this information, why don't you do me a favor and subscribe? If you know somebody in the whiskey world that might get enjoyment out of this, share this video with them. If you do like this information, why don't you give me a thumbs up? Turn that bell notification on because I publish videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys are enjoying your journey, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. And Mac and Shelby, thank you guys very much for sending me the sample. I'm enjoying it. Oh, and I totally forgot. Let me clear these things out of here. I always forget to do this. I'm going to blend these. I'm going to dump them all together and see what they're like. The rye doesn't seem like I have a whole lot in there, so hopefully that's not going to overpower it. Let me get all these things together and see how this turns out. I always forget to blend them, so I'm blending the blends. Ooh, the rye's actually coming out of this. I can smell a little bit of the pine. The dill's gone away. The ethanol is coming through. It's more sweet than it is spice. Oaky, leather, almost like old books. I get a mustiness. And then here comes the spice. I can smell the spice. All right, cheers. Let's see how this is blended together. I can taste the rye. There's definitely a lot of spice. A whole bunch of cherry just came through. Definitely oak, tannin on the side. It's actually pretty good. Let me get another sip. More spice on that one. There's the rye. There's the cherry. There's the vanilla. There's the oak. But this really does expand. This is good. This is unfolds. It's a little bit sharp, a little bit ethanol. There's definitely a bite to it. I can drink that. Absolutely. I can definitely drink that. I don't think it's going to rank up first, second, or third, but that's good. All right. That's all I got for you guys. We'll talk to you later.